According to the stories of the Hebrew Bible, the Ark of the Covenant did at one time reside in this very spot, and there are those who believe it is still hidden somewhere on the site. But this holy relic went missing more than 2,500 years ago, and people have been searching for it ever since. Considered the most sacred and mysterious artifact in ancient Israel, the Ark of the Covenant was revered by the Hebrew people as the embodiment of God's presence on earth.
What was so special about the Ark was that it housed the history of the Israelites once they left Egypt. It reminded a people who had been slaves in Egypt for millennia that they were not alone, that this God was constantly with them.
The story of the Ark begins in the 15th century BC. According to the Bible's book of Exodus, after the Israelites were released from Egypt, God summoned Moses to the peak of Mount Sinai and gave him 2 stone tablets carved with the 10 Commandments. He also gave him specific instructions for building the Ark of the Covenant.
Moses was given very specific measurements. It was to be 2.5 cubits long, 1.5 cubits wide, 1.5 cubits deep. So we're looking at a container that was a little over 4 feet long and about 2 feet wide and 2 feet deep. The container must be made of acacia wood, that it must be covered with gold. The top of the ark was to be surmounted by angels, 2 cherubim with large wings that would face each other, and their wings would cover the top of the ark.
The ark was designed to be carried by poles, inserted into 4 gold rings, 2 on each side of the container.
It was very important that no one touch the ark. It was too powerful, too holy, and a person would die if they touched it. It was also covered in a very elaborate way so that passersby wouldn't look at it. Such was the power of the Ark of the Covenant that it would be dangerous even to look at it.
The lid of the ark was called the mercy seat, and there were said to be 2 cherubims on top, with their wings pointing to each other with a gap between them. This is actually the gap where Yahweh, or God, was supposed to have spoken.
In Exodus 25:22, God tells Moses, when you build this, I will meet you between the cherubim, and I will give you commands.
Ancient accounts of the Ark portray it as possessing mysterious powers that aided the Israelites during their journey to the Promised Land. Parting rivers, leveling mountains,